Hello and welcome to UK Vegan Family Live. My name's Adam.
I'm Daniela.
And today we've got a very special guest for you, and it is SINCLAIRS, a family of the earth. So we're going to get into something before we bring them into the studio, and we're going to get on with the questions. So I think you want to go over something first, didn't you?
Yeah, so I'm not sure if any of you are aware, but we recently appeared in an article on the Vegan Review, and it was about the cyberbullying attack that happened to us recently. So Adam is just going to share this on the screen for you. Do check out their website. They are really good guys. We have actually featured on them before about raising vegan children. So we'll just give you a quick look at the article so you can see us. And we're wearing our Defender of Animals t-shirts there, and you can get those from Defender of Animals on Instagram.
So yeah, it's just a quick...
Tells you about what happened to us as our little boy, just some of our food, about what is anti-vegan cyberbullying and so on. And there's my transformation over 7 years that they forgot to mention in the whole video.
And there's our video that we did as a response. But yeah, that is it, and that is the Vegan Review.
So we're just going to show you SINCLAIRS Family of the Earth so that you can all go and subscribe to their channel and have a look at their Instagram. So here they are. This is SINCLAIRS, a family of the earth. So do please check them out. Subscribe to their channel.
Go and
some of their videos.
And all the love and support.
Absolutely. And they've been supporting us for a while, and obviously we're following them and supporting them. They've also got some Instagram accounts as well. So here's Colin. So there's his Instagram. He's got lots of his activism on there as well that he gets up to. So that's Colin's. And then we've got Claire's as well. So do check them out, guys, and give them all the love that they deserve. So.
Okay. So we're going to bring them into the studio now. Okay.
Hey.
Hello there.
Hi.
Hi, guys. How are you? How are you both?
Really good, thank you. Yeah, a little nervous about doing this, but excited as well.
Don't worry. We don't bite, do we?
No. I think I'm a bit nervous too.
Yeah, I think we're all a bit nervous. Okay, so we've got some people in the house as well. So who's in there tonight, Adam?
Let's have a quick look. We got Michelle Lowe. Hello, Michelle.
Hey, go and check Michelle Lowe's YouTube channel out as well, guys.
Scott Ryan. We got
Scott.
The Grumpy Vegan Grandad. We got Ang Harrod.
Yay!
Oh, and Harrod.
Ah, yes.
We got your postcard.
Thank you very much for that.
Thank you very much. So right then, do you want to give us a brief introduction about yourselves and what you do?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Colin.
Hi, I'm Claire.
We're SINCLAIRS Family of the Earth. Normally there's another two of us as well, but they're upstairs getting ready for bed with it being quite late on now. Our videos are, I would say, a mixture. Some of them are cooking, days out. The idea is just to show people a normal vegan family's life. Yeah.
No, brilliant. So when did you guys go vegan? And how did you end up all going vegan?
I went vegan first about just short of 3 years ago now.
Okay.
Watched a documentary called Earthlings whilst I was at work. And I was floods of tears, customers coming up to me asking me what was wrong. And I'm just like, oh, I've watched this awful documentary. And came home, told Claire about it. And you were vegan. Wait, you went vegetarian and then vegan? Yeah. A few months after. And the kids pretty much straight after that.
Did they? And how old were they when they went vegan?
Axel was 4 and Caprice was 8.
Amazing. So what did you tell them about veganism? Because obviously Jack was about 16 months, so he, it's totally normal to him. Obviously yours were a bit older, so how did you do that? How did you get tell them about veganism?
It was in little bits, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we explained how every time we have anything with animal products, so we start with the obvious, like meats and stuff first of all, that were hurting the animals, and both the kids straight away understood that and didn't want anything to do with it. Obviously, stuff like dairy was a little bit more of a tricky one, but they also watched a lot of Earthling Ed and Joey Carbstrong videos with me on YouTube, so they did a lot of work for us.
Oh, that's all right then. Because we've heard of a YouTube channel where we follow actually called Bite Size Vegan. Have you heard of that?
Yeah. In fact, we used Bite Size Vegan's videos that she aimed at the children, and they were fantastic, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So obviously, at the moment, Jack, he just kind of knows that he doesn't eat animals. Like today, we've been to my mum's, and my mum was like asking him what he wants for a drink, and he went, "Oh, I'd like some milk, but I don't have cow's milk. Cow's milk is for baby cows," you know. So he knows what's going on. No, brilliant. So obviously, your kids older and they are in school, I'm assuming. So talk to us, tell us about school, because we've got 2 years yet until our little one goes to school, so it's unknown territory.
In some ways easier than what we thought.
Yeah.
We're really, really lucky. Axel's teachers were so understanding. Whenever it's somebody's birthday, kids bring in sweets to hand out to each other. So she got us to buy him a load of vegan sweets that she could keep in a drawer. And whenever somebody brought in sweets that he couldn't have, she would give him one of those, and that way he wouldn't be left out.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Caprice is, well, she just sort of she just gets on with. Yeah. The school itself has been okay. They seem to just do enough to make sure they don't upset us.
Okay.
But there's been like a couple of times they hand out free school meals, hot meals, and we've had to like go in and get them to get Linda McCartney sausages on and stuff along those lines.
That's really surprising, actually, because Zactivist, who's a YouTuber, is 13. He doesn't have a great deal of anything on offer at school. I think he has a jacket potato and beans. And I must admit, I was disgusted that that's what he gets offered. So I'm really glad that actually, there's something else on offer there. But it's great that the school have been supportive as well.
Mm-hmm. They have been supportive. When they have like discos, they'll have like pizzas, stuff like that. So they'll ask us to bring in vegan pizza for the kids, and that's worked well. Yeah. And we always leave the leftovers so the staff can have it.
Hey, yeah, that's good. No, that's really good. That's really good. So what about like trips out, if they go on any trips out? So say if they were going to a zoo, like, have you had any incidents like that? Like, how would you work with that? Because these are all things that we haven't thought about yet.
We've only had one problem so far, and it was a agriculture trip. Yeah. And it caused a lot of stress for about a week and a half. In the end, we asked Capri what she wanted to do.
Okay.
And she said that she wanted to go. So we let her go, and she came back, and we asked her about it, and she sort of just gave a shrug of the shoulders and just sort of said she already knew all the stuff anyway, so it wasn't that big of a deal. It was definitely a pro-farming, pro-animal eating trip.
Okay.
But at the same time, it's there. It's an everyday occurrence, and it'd be wrong for us to say, no, you can't go on it, because then she's on hearing our side of the story.
Yeah, and obviously the world we live in is a non-vegan world, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what about if they want to go to like a friend's house, or if they want to stay over? Because I've heard situations from other families where they're like, I don't want that person coming here because they eat vegan food, or that I'm not going to their house because I'm not going to be able to eat anything because they're vegan. Have you had anything like that, and how have you got around it?
To be honest, we haven't really had an issue on that side of things. Like, we've had the kids' friends round and fed them food, and they've just eaten it and gone, oh, that's actually vegan. I'm like, yeah. Like, I know. And then, like, vice versa, like when they've been to their house, like the parents of our children's friends have just been really welcoming, and they've brought in food for them, and they're not like that down.
That's really good to hear.
That's really good. That's really good. I've just seen something in the comments about someone not having any school lunches. Was that a 12-year-old vegan?
Yes, yeah, some of that. So the jacket potato would be vegan, but only beans, only cheese. That's really unfortunate.
So they don't offer anything else for you at school? That's awful. There is somebody on Instagram called I can't think of the name now. I'm having brain freeze.
What's that?
I think it's Laura Shepner. She's like a vegan consultant. She goes to schools. So perhaps I can send you her details, and perhaps you can drop her an email, and she might be able to support you. What's this here? Yeah, and also you've got the discriminatory laws now, haven't we, of the Equality Act? So it might be a good idea to maybe even use that and say, you know, I feel like I'm being discriminated against because of my ethical belief. So they kind of have a duty to support you, really, don't they? Yeah. Any other thing there about schools while we're on this subject? Anything else in there?
I'm just looking now, sorry. Oh, I think this was sent.
Okay.
My school literally has no vegan food. I have to have a packed lunch every day.
See, this is what I dread. I really dread. I mean, when I was at school, I was vegetarian, so there was never really anything for me, but I always took a packed lunch anyway because my mom's food was better. But yeah, I really hope things change over the next few years, and I'm really glad that you've had positive experience, guys. It kind of gives us some hope. Hi, Easy Vegan. Hello.
Yeah.
He's in the house.
Yeah.
With the schools, when you have your packed lunches, it is still better, because when you actually do see the meals that they serve the kids, whether it be a vegan option or not, this isn't healthy food. It's very quickly put together, high in salts, you know, junk food, which, I mean, don't get me wrong, we eat a lot of junk food, but it's not something that the school should be giving them on an everyday basis. So when you do give your kid a packed lunch, at least you know what's in that meal.
Yeah, that's a very valid point, actually, because sort of at home, we're mainly whole food plant-based, but I know when Jack goes to nursery, he has a mixture of everything, really, doesn't he?
I had a cheat day today.
Did you have a cheat day? Oh, yeah, we had a big Aldi pizza, didn't you, where we sat and had healthy food? I can see a comment there. Have you watched Veganville, guys?
Yes.
Well, this guy here on the screen is Grumpy Vegan Grandad, and he was one of the main people in Veganville, and we watched it I think we watched like 3 or 4 episodes in one night, didn't we, in January? And we found him on Instagram, and then he kind of followed us. So do check him out. He's absolutely hilarious, guys. It's really funny.
Yeah.
He cracks us up. Okay, so just kind of coming off the school subject, this is something that a couple of us have actually talked about in our little group, because Halloween comes every year, and with that is trick-or-treating, sweets, lots of gelatine-filled sweets. How do you get around that? What do you do?
So last year, was that when we went to
Yeah, we went to
Howard? No.
no,
Where did we go last year?
Pizza Express.
Oh, yeah, that was
Pizza
it.
Express.
Yeah, we went to Pizza Express, and we went to go see the Adams Family. And
Okay.
we were up still, and when we came back, we had some vegan sweets for them when we got back, so they still had a good time. But this year we're planning to do it a little different, and we're going to have a small Halloween party here, and all the sweets are obviously going to be vegan. So everyone that comes to the house, the kids will be dressed up, they can hand out the sweets, and everyone that comes to the house will get lovely vegan sweets from us.
That's a better idea.
Because we were going to mention something, weren't we?
I've heard about the Switch Witch. I don't know if you guys have heard about that, but on some of the vegan family groups I'm on Facebook, this has been talked about before, and I was a bit like, oh, well, he's not old enough yet, so we don't need to worry. But I think he's going to want to maybe see trick-or-treating this year. But apparently some families will take the children out trick-or-treating, and when they get home, they swap them with vegan sweets. Now, I'm not sure how I feel about it yet, but what do you guys think about
that? I think it's not, to me, I would say that would be normalizing animal products.
That's, yeah.
Yeah. And that's something I'm slightly hypocritical on stuff like this, but to me, I just didn't like the idea of bringing in, say, a Galaxy chocolate bar with dairy in it and saying, well, I'm going to swap that for that and then binning it. I mean, there's a lot of waste in there. And if I didn't bin it, I'd have to give it to somebody else, and that means I'd be promoting it.
Yeah, that's kind of my reason as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we can all agree on that one. I think it's a great idea, and maybe it work for other people, but yeah, particularly for us, I don't like the waste element of it neither. And it is normalising it, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you guys do some activism, don't you?
Yes.
So what do you guys get up to?
I'm organizer for Anonymous to the Voiceless here in Leeds and Bradford, co-organizer.
Amazing.
I also organize other events like Earthlings or chalking events. As a family, we've all taken part in Anonymous to the Voiceless. Both the kids have as well. We do stickering. Posters. Yeah. Obviously, we use the Instagram. The kids are brilliant at activism in the shops because, particularly Axel, he'll pick up a packet of crisps. He'll look on the back of it and he'll say, "There's milk in that. That's disgusting." And throw it on the floor.
That's amazing. Kids are great, aren't they?
So honest.
Yeah, they are. So they like doing the activism then. That's really good. That's really good. Do you think when they go to school that they sort of tell their friends and stuff at school, oh, you don't want to be eating that? Like, do you think they tell them what their food is?
Axel would. Caprice is a bit more. She's not quiet about it. Like all her friends know that she's vegan, but she's not so much on the activism side when we're not around. She can get a bit shy.
Okay. Oh, hello. That's Anne Howard's mum. Nice for you to join us. Thank you. Have we missed anything in the comments?
No, there was something else. We were on this subject. I'm just going to go back up to it. Here it is. It's a question from Grumpy Vegan Grandad.
Okay. So what do you say to people who say you were forcing veganism on your kids? So we'll let you answer this one, guys.
Yeah. So first of all, you can't force veganism. Veganism is about love of the animals and wanting them to be free. Yet you can force a plant-based diet. Now that's health. There's absolutely no difference between forcing a plant-based diet as there would be as in sending your child to bed at a responsible time or telling them off if they were to swear. You know, we force a lot of things on our kids for the benefit of them because we're teaching them.
Yes.
So forcing veganism isn't possible. My kids are vegan because both of them love animals and that's their choice.
Yeah, no, I love that.
That's a great way of putting it.
See, one of the things we're faced with Jack being in nursery and of a particular age, it's all about nursery rhymes and farm animal toys. Just why farm animal toys? I don't know. I haven't quite got an answer for why there's so much normalizing, but I'll take him into nursery and all the farm animal toys are all out, laid out. And I'm like, why? What? I mean, he goes to nursery and he'll say, old MacDonald isn't a very nice man. That's what he tells them. He says, oh, I go to the farm sanctuary. That's kind of what he does, isn't it? But
he has farm sanctuary toys, not farm toys.
Yeah, we don't normalise farms.
No,
we don't. But I think for us, like we've obviously come across these kind of comments about forcing veganism. And I'm on the same lines as you. Veganism is our ethical lifestyle. It's about the animals. And actually, if you think about it, what child really wants to eat animals? I don't think they do. And I think it's children of a particular age who actually make the connection. I was talking to my mum about this, and when my mum was 6, she made the connection. And she said, I'm not eating that. I'm not eating that. And as a result, my mum, obviously, she's not eaten animals since. But yeah, children, I don't think they want to, but I think when they get to a certain age, then that's kind of when you've missed that opportunity to talk to them about it.
And from them being babies, they move off milk and you give them vegetables that have been mashed up, and you very slowly trick them into eating meat products. It's very rare that the children like meat the first time they try it. You know, and I mean that's why they have all those like turkey dinosaurs and stuff like that. It's to pretty much normalize and trick and make it seem like a game to them to get them to eat those products.
And it doesn't even look like it, does it? It's like coated in breadcrumbs, and it's just like it's disguised.
Yeah.
We were in Tesco, I think I've said this a couple of times recently, and over the tannoy it came out that there was roast chicken being served, and he looked at me and he went, Mummy, we don't eat chicken, it has a face. So I think children they just know, don't they?
We've got something here. I think this is to do with the schools. So bringing up the Equality Act is good, but write to the governors rather than the head. They can't ignore you.
That's a good one. Thank you, Michelle. Yeah, that's really good. Okay, so this could be quite funny. There's been a few funny ones of these recently. What is the worst vegan comment or troll comment that you guys have had?
The sheep one.
The sheep one, yeah.
I had somebody write to me on Facebook telling me that we need to eat animals because sheep want to eat us.
Okay.
Yeah. It was one of those, I couldn't really quite get my head around it. And I was like, but sheep eat grass. And it was like, no, if they had the opportunity, a sheep would eat you. I'm like, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't. And it went on for ages, didn't it? And I think I sort of egged him along in the end because
that's shocking. That is shocking.
That's really
one of the ones that I'm Easy Vegan has recently, and I was telling somebody about this yesterday. Tapeworms, though. What about tapeworms? Like, if you've got tapeworms, you've got to treat it. You're going to kill them. Like, I think some of these comments are just getting disturbing.
It gets me every time.
It's ridiculous. I think they must sit down and like think, oh, what can I say today? I mean, when obviously you guys do the activism, but when we did our AV recently, obviously it was our first one, and the comments like bacon, but it's a burger. They're looking at the slaughterhouse footage and just instantly seeing a burger.
Is that AV thing?
Yeah, it's shocking. It's shocking.
I always think though, when they give those comments, it's usually the walking by when they say those, and they've took a look at the screen and they've noticed it, and they think they're being funny, and it's a bit defensive mechanism.
Yeah.
They'll walk past them and go, bacon. What they don't realise is they've seen it and they're now thinking about it. They'll probably go home and even talk about it. Yeah. And that means they're doing our job for us. It might be a long way off, but when they shout stuff like bacon, it's a good thing because it means they've looked.
Okay. That's a good way of looking at it. Definitely. Have we got any questions? Oh, we've got Defender of Animals. He's in the house. He would like to know where you were from because he was late to the stream.
Oh, here we go. So sorry I'm a few minutes late to the stream. Whereabouts are you based, Sinclair fam?
We're from Leeds.
Leeds,
Yorkshire.
Defender of Animals, he has I don't know if you can see on the screen, and he's got an amazing t-shirt range. Absolutely brilliant. And when the packaging comes, the kids would love it because it's all like little sea creatures and stuff, isn't it? It's all ethical, plastic free. It's really good.
The money is going towards him opening a
farm sanctuary. And he supports a farm sanctuary as well.
Yeah, I think it's good work. No.
Daryl, what is it?
What is the sanctuary? The horse sanctuary. I can't remember the name.
What awful friends we are.
We are really bad. I wanted the bloody t-shirt as well.
Yeah.
Which was supposed to get me for Father's Day.
Okay. Here's one. I'm easy vegan. So from your point of view, does it seem to be increasing in schools? Vegan children, I mean.
Yeah. We're not the only ones.
No,
we're not the only ones. So I guess it is increasing. It's in primary school. What is increasing is primary school kids' knowledge of veganism and acceptance of it. So it's not considered abnormal, and they're not getting bullied or anything along those lines. So I think that's a great thing because that means school kids are thinking about it and they know about it.
Good.
I'm just looking through the comments now.
Yeah, we need to make sure we don't miss any comments. There looks like there's some banter going on in this chat. Look at this one.
Stop giving Dan a big head. Right. Swizzles have brought out a load of vegan sweeties called Puds.
Oh, nice. We'll add them to the Halloween collection.
Yeah, I found some the other day. Apple slices and dates.
Oh, that hasn't come up. That's a good idea. Yeah, that's a healthy option. I like that. Thanks, Vic. So have you guys, obviously your children are going to school with other vegans, but is there is there lots of vegan families in your area?
There's one other vegan family that we know of, isn't there? Yeah, in the area. And no, he's vegan, they're vegetarian actually, so no. But there must be more because our local Asda keeps on selling out of vegan food and it's really frustrating.
Okay. Only reason I ask is because we are part of the Worcestershire Vegan Families, and it's like a network that was set up by my friend. She wanted to get more vegan families into a bit of a community and eventually wanted to kind of organise picnics so all the children could get together. Obviously, if there's only a few of you, have you thought about maybe setting up a group and trying to reach out to others in your area and trying to bring your little vegan families together?
Oh, right. I see what you mean. When you said area to me, that just means like our very local area.
Yeah.
But like in Leeds, there's quite a few, very much like yourselves with young children. So there hasn't been too many with children of our age. I think there's only one or two, but we know those through activism. So I suppose we would meet up at those type of events. The problem is with parents, they only seem to make it once every couple of months.
It is difficult, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. It would be good if we met for like picnics and stuff. Yeah, it's a great idea.
Well, obviously, if you were local to us, then we always like a picnic or two, so you could come anytime. So a vegan camp out was supposed to be happening next week, and we were supposed to be going this week. Well, it's next weekend. We went last year. It was absolutely amazing. We stayed on the family camping. It was our first time, wasn't it?
It was really fantastic.
Have you guys been, and will you be going? Because if you are, we'd like to meet you over there. And there's going to be quite a few of us over there.
Yeah, well, I think most of us in the comment section as well.
Yeah, most of the people here in the comments will be there, guys.
We really would have loved to have gone, but unfortunately we don't drive, and getting there to camp is really difficult when you don't drive. So we was planning to go to this year's. We're going to get some friends to take some of our gear for us.
Yeah.
But when it got cancelled and the dates moved, we didn't really get around to organising it. So fingers crossed we can go next year.
Yeah. Well, what I can tell you is there is a WhatsApp group, and not many people might know about it, but I'm actually on the Vegan Camp Out Families WhatsApp group, and they have a Facebook group. So if you do actually book your tickets and go, there are lots of people who don't drive like yourselves, and they will, you know, they're happily support other families or other people. And I think last year we were asked to go and pick someone up because we had a car seat. The whole environment, the actual community, the little family community, it's really supportive. And if you say, you know, we're coming from here, is anybody else coming, or is there anybody else on the train? People will help. They will support you.
Oh, fantastic.
Really good, yeah.
Oh, might have to look into it. Yeah.
Oh,
fantastic.
it's great fun. There's a disco and everything for us families. Which is special.
Yeah, oh, it's great. What was it? Baby Shark was just like banging, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was all
yeah,
good.
all the little kids were like that.
It's all
We're
good.
absolutely loving it. Right, so we've got a quick. I just want to quickly show you this comment. So it says, "Yes, over the hills from me in Oldham, and I will have to come over and film a day with you guys."
Ah, is that to us or is that to the Sinclair family? Because he hasn't been here yet.
No, he hasn't. Well, actually, well, yeah, yeah, he hasn't. No.
No. I promised him cake as well and a barbecue. Yeah, no, that would be great, Dan. I think, yeah, definitely do a collab with them.
And yeah, I'm an animal abuser hypocrite because I would want to kill the potential tapeworm inside of me.
Yeah.
Right then. So, we've got a response from Daryl. So its name is Springwood Sanctuary in Sussex. So I'm also donating money to Pear Tree Farm Sanctuary in Somerset and various wildlife conservation charities. My sanctuary is a long way off.
So Daryl, Defender of Animals, actually has a YouTube channel as well. And he started putting out some really good videos as well. Actually, all of his videos are good. So guys, if you haven't, obviously check him out.
Yeah.
And his t-shirts, we need to get some more.
Yeah, I need to get another one.
Yeah, we definitely do. Oh, the vegan mafia will be there.
Yeah. It's a secret society.
Amazing.
Right. Hire a minibus and I will drive.
Oh,
There you go. There's one way of getting to camp out.
yeah.
Oh.
That sounds good. So one of the questions I like to ask people, because I'm a bit of a nosy so-and-so, tofu or tempeh? Which one do you prefer? That's probably at both of you. So which one do you prefer?
Tofu. I do not like tempeh. I don't understand it.
I love tempeh.
Well, I like it, but when I found out how it's made, I was a bit like, oh Jesus.
I tried to make it, but it actually it's supposed to like grow fur.
Yeah, no,
He was like not happy. He was no idea
I
of
used to do that
tempeh.
at work. Like, I
Yeah.
don't want to be doing that at home.
But it never worked. It just so I buy tempeh, but we love tofu. We have tofu quite a bit. So if you guys like tofu, what do you do with it? What's your favourite thing to do with tofu?
Ooh, scramble it. Yeah. Well, no, what? Oh, scramble it or no, slice it. Yeah, and then flavor it up and then sort of like fry it, but dry fry it.
Yeah.
And just then stick it in between two slices of bread. It's just
Have you tried it with peanut butter and maple syrup and soy sauce?
Oh, that sounds amazing.
Ah, okay. So have you ever used arrowroot powder before?
No.
So it's a bit like corn flour. I'm giving away my secrets here. I shouldn't do this. But arrowroot powder is actually full of vitamins as well. So it's actually better than corn flour. But if you chop up your tofu and you like cover it in the arrowroot powder and then cook it for like 10 minutes and then make yourself a little peanut butter sauce with soy sauce, maple syrup and peanut butter, it is incredible. You literally coat it in the peanut butter, shove it back in the oven, and it is, wow, your face was a picture when he tasted it. He was like, you can make this again. Yeah, it's really good.
Similar to the one I did, except not peanut butter, but liquid smoke, soy sauce, and sweetener.
Yeah, no, definitely try it. I say there's loads to do with tofu anyway.
The first time I cooked tofu, it was disgusting. I had no idea what I was doing, and I was like, I don't understand how vegans eat this, but I know I don't want to hurt animals anymore, so I'm going to have to keep on going at it.
Yeah,
that's
definitely
part of the journey, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, tofu for me, I think I'd only ever tried silken tofu when I was like a vegetarian. And it must have been a bad experience because I remember buying some more thinking I need to learn what to do. And it took us a while, didn't it, before we got into using tofu. But I'm quite confident with it now. I think, tofu is pretty versatile.
We've been looking at decent presses as well, and just instead of using heavy objects around the house.
Yeah, we use like saucepans and books, and it looks like the Leaning Tower of Pisa by the time you go back in. We do need to get a tofu press.
Yeah, I just try to squeeze mine over the sink, and sometimes it works. Other times the whole thing falls apart in my hand.
That happens to me. Yeah. So on the subject of food, this might be a hard one. What's your favourite family meal?
Pizza.
Yeah.
Solid choice.
Vegan pizza all day long. We love it, all of us. It's the one thing I think we all agree on.
But which one?
Oh no.
No.
Sorry.
Oh,
so mine is vegan kebab meat on the pizza.
Okay.
Yours is plain, is it, margarita style?
Yeah.
The same with Axel's. But Caprice's is, and it's a little embarrassing when we're in places like Asda and we'll get them to make it up for us, but it's pineapple and sweet corn. Nothing else, just pineapple and sweet corn.
That sounds nice.
It is nice, but we get some really weird looks ordering that one.
I can imagine.
No, I like the sound of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, say we.
Because the way that people just view things.
We like Papa John's. Have you had the Papa John's one yet?
No, I don't think there's one near us.
We've got a Pizza Hut one as well. There's a Pizza Hut one.
Pizza Hut's very good.
I think you have to go to the eat-in restaurants and order it from there if you want it for home delivery.
They do a cheesecake, and the cheesecake, I actually had to ask for the allergy book because I was really unsure about this cheesecake.
Yeah.
It was Biscoff. I tell you no more. It was insane. And it wasn't enough. There was not enough on the plate.
It was good.
Yeah, when we went to Pizza Express, I was unbelievably delighted when I found out they did a calzone pizza, vegan calzone. I just never thought I was going to have one of these things again. And it's delicious.
I can't actually say I've ever had a calzone.
Yeah.
I don't think I have. No.
I've had one at Azizi's.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever had. Maybe I need to try one.
They're interesting to eat. You're not too sure whether you should be using knife or fork or hands, and bird in my mouth.
We got some more questions.
We've got one from GVG. So, when your kids are teens, they say they're going to try meat due to peer pressure from friends and go to McDonald's. Have you already got a response lined up for that?
Mm-hmm. To me, I'm very, very passionate about this one. And
okay.
You guys might actually disagree because I know how passionate you are about health food. But to me, it's one of the many reasons why I'm very passionate about vegan products. Because when the teenagers, it is the point where the most susceptible to peer pressure.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
if they go into, for example, a fast food restaurant and there's no vegan options other than, say, chips, then there's room for peer pressure.
Yeah.
But if they go in there as teenagers, say with the person that they fancy, the person that, or best friend, the people that can really get to them, and there's a vegan option, they can actually do it in reverse. And at that point, as long as the options are there, I don't see them falling for peer pressure, because there wouldn't be peer pressure just having a burger with the friends.
Yeah.
And yeah, if they go there isn't any vegan options, that's when the peer pressure will happen.
So if I saw something the other day, and it's made me think quite a lot actually on this subject. I think it was a mom, she'd raised her children vegan from birth, and I think her 16-year-old daughter turned around and went, no, I want to try something. No, I'm going to try it. And she was obviously really upset. Like, I don't know what you guys think, but obviously at the moment, Jack doesn't need to see anything, any footage. I guess when they're adults, they can, they're going to make their own decisions, but I'm not afraid to share footage if I need to, because I guess there's going to be peer pressure as he gets older. And, I know I used to get peer pressure, but I did used to tell him, leave me alone. I'm never going to eat a cow. That was what I was always saying. But I do think at some point he may have to see footage. He may have to see what it's all about. And I think there are people who would probably disagree with that, maybe. But I think they need to know. And all, like one of your friends asked, didn't you? Like, when he's 10 and he wants to eat a burger, like McDonald's burger, you're going to say, I think for a 10-year-old, they're not really old enough to make that decision.
Yeah.
Really. But I think, as a teenager, and I completely agree with what you guys are saying, if the stuff is there in McDonald's, it's there.
So there shouldn't be any need for the peer pressure at all.
No.
Shouldn't even think there should be.
It's funny with the footage, we've never really shown the kids anything intentional. Like we said, like they watched Joey Carbstrong videos with us and stuff where they talked about it, but they don't normally show the footage.
Yeah.
But as an organizer, I've got the TVs that we use, and I've got to check the working before I set off. And both the kids have seen the footage on that, like they've walked in the room when I've had it on, and they got upset, but not as upset as what I was scared of. And it was like upset and curious. Yeah, they wanted to know.
Yeah.
And I've always said, if adverts was the footage that we show, then the meat and dairy industries would have gone bust years ago. If that's what they use to advertise. Yeah. If you show that to your children, it will put them off.
Yeah. I think you guys know that we did our first visual yesterday. We bared witness. And I did a Facebook Live. I thought, you know what? I've got quite a few friends on Facebook. I'm just going to put it on there. And I did. And I had, I think, about 9 people react to it. And there was a couple of people quite a few people put a, crying face emoji. And I had a lot of comments about it. And people were shocked, actually. People go into, I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I've always seen animal products as dead bodies. Obviously, Adam would have a different opinion, but people don't see the animals, do they, before the product? So obviously sharing stuff like this, people are going, wow, hang on a minute, that's not right. And it was quite a mixed response, isn't it? So I honestly believe, I kind of hope that people are starting to see that it's not right.
How did that make? How was you afterwards? Are you okay?
What, after the AV?
After the visual.
Oh, after the visual. Oh,
I've got to say, I was dreading it. I think I told you I was absolutely dreading it. And even when I was walking up there, I felt sick. I really did feel sick. And when I first saw the first truck, I did get upset. And then I thought, hang on a minute, no, you're not in their position. These poor birds, these poor babies, they were like still chirping. They were,
well,
their
they were
feet
still
were
babies.
massive.
They still had like the blue eyes.
They had the blue eyes, their bums were red raw. We are going to do a video, so we will put that up probably next week. But I just focused on them, and I did stroke a couple of them, which was really hard. I found it really hard to look them in the eyes because
they were all burnt as well from the ammonia.
Yeah.
And the ones at the bottom, I felt real bad for the ones at the bottom because they get everything from all the birds from above. So it was at the bottom, it was just like a cesspit, and they were all covered in it. It stank as well.
Yeah, it was really hard. It was, but walking out from there, we met some great people. We had lots of chats with great people. Even when we did AV, it was chatting to other vegans. You know, there's something really amazing about chatting to other vegans anyway. When you're doing that together, you're in it together. But I'm so damn proud that we're doing this. You know, we're doing it for the animals. And although I never wanted to do a visual, we are going to do some more. And I'm going to force myself. Because I think for us, obviously, we want people to see. We want people to see this through our eyes as well. And I think the hardest one for me will be cows, without a doubt. I think that'll just be horrendous. But I think I've got to do it.
I'm dreading like lambs.
I think maybe around Easter time we might do a lamb one.
That's what I'm dreading.
But I think with activism, like for us, we started out sharing our food, sharing the thing about children and trying to normalise vegan children and vegan families. And then it kind of just started. I was like, I actually want to do a bit more. I feel like I've been doing this long enough. I feel like I've got a voice now, and I know the facts. So I want to talk about it.
Yeah. And
I think if people have got, I think this has been said by Michelle Lowe and Grumpy Vegan Grandad before, if you've got a niche, then, and you're good at a particular way of doing something, then use it.
To do it,
yeah, definitely. So you guys obviously do your AV and you go live, don't you, doing your AV, and it's really good.
Thank you. It's to me, all activism is so important. There isn't a better activism than anything else. Like, not one's any more important. And everybody who takes part, whether it's online activism, posting videos on Facebook, or making YouTube videos, or even being a vegan troll going around on all the, commenting all the meat posts, so important. You've got the AV people, so important. You've got people going to the visuals, which is just heartbreaking and stomach turning, but it's also so important. And through my time of doing it, it's amazing. There's been points where I thought I'm not getting through to people, and then just out of nowhere I'll get a message from somebody I haven't spoken to in years saying, I've seen your videos, I've watched what you do on the streets, I'm thinking about going vegan. And it's just like, that's amazing. So
how does that make you feel when you get that message? When you get that message to say I've gone vegan, what does that feel like? How do you?
Cloud nine. Honestly, it's why we do it. I always said to you tonight, if one person ever goes vegan or chooses to go vegan, and I've been a part of that story, then it's been worth all my time. I've never made anyone go vegan. They choose to go vegan, but if I've helped them along that choice, just one person, then it's definitely been worth it.
Yeah, definitely. I say I've had a couple of people message me recently, and it just gives me the shivers on my arms. I'm just like, this is amazing. This is exactly what I want to hear. People doing it for the animals, like, making that right choice, really. Have we got any more questions in there?
Yeah, I was just going to go through the comments now, and I think what you were talking about earlier with the killer sheep. So, Michelle Lowe, when I walk through a field of sheep now, I'm going to be looking over my shoulder. I think it's inspired her to now do a video about carnivore sheep.
Yes, I look forward to that.
Right, and just going to quickly go. We've got a lot of people saying that they're going to vegan camp out.
Yes.
Look, Scott Ryan, I would pick you up if I had room. I live in the northeast.
Amazing.
Oh, Bohemian B is nominated. I'm easy vegan to pitch your tent up.
So when we went last year, obviously we hadn't been vegan that long. It was just incredible. But there was this particular family, and they're actually in the WhatsApp group, who had their own pizza oven. And we were walking back in the dark, trying not to trip over people's tents, because you do. And Jack was just 2, so I think I got him in a baby carrier. And we love pizza too, obviously, and we could smell pizza. And we walked past this family, and they went, "Hi, do you want a piece of pizza?" Yes. But it's a really great experience. You guys will love it.
Okay, so you got a question from I'm Easy. What would you do if your child said they wanted a biscuit that had dairy products in? You explained to them, but they still wanted it. I'd make sure that biscuit was not in their vicinity.
I think if they're a child, you have a parental responsibility. As well. And for us, it's the health side of things as well.
Mm-hmm.
With dairy,
you could explain. You could associate it with lots of different things. Like if they wanted to run out in the road, like what Jack wanted to do.
Or if they asked for a cigarette, you wouldn't let them have a cigarette, would you?
No. I don't think we've actually found something though that, like a biscuit specifically, which hasn't been veganized, or you can't get the vegan option of. They usually, for most of the biscuits, they're there, but the kids didn't really want to try this. It was more me. I found a recipe for making vegan penguins.
Did you?
Yeah, I think that's what I would go along with. If one of the kids say wanted a biscuit with chocolate on the top, I'd make our own. That's the way I go about it, which is a lot more fun.
So I'm going to challenge you now then. Are you going to do a video for these vegan penguins for us?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we had, what did we have? We made orange
mint one.
Orange, mint and plain. Yeah.
Amazing.
And really easy, really simple. Yeah, we'll make a video. Yeah.
That would be amazing. And then we can all make it, and we can all say, we've made the SINCLAIRS family penguins. Amazing. So have you guys got anything that you...
We've got a few more questions.
Okay, right. I'll say that then.
Because we are only halfway through. So how have you found the cost of being vegan to before IG? Well, so the before and after.
Okay.
Have you noticed any difference in the costing?
Cheaper.
Cheaper, yeah. I'd say it's cheaper.
Yeah, for us, definitely. Before we went vegan, I used to get this shocking actually. I used to get through many blocks of cheese a week, probably like over 2 weeks. I used to eat loads of eggs, so that was always a big cost. I think it used to be like 15 eggs every 2 weeks. I used to have a lot of omelets and stuff like that. So for us, when we were first doing this, we were like, is it going to be cost worthy? Because we were already struggling at the time. But actually for us, it turned out to be the best thing price wise, because it is cheaper
and healthier.
Yeah, definitely.
We're exactly the same. It used to be at the end of the month, we used to struggle to eat because everything that we're eating was so expensive. We didn't think it was. Now, at the end of the month, it's our healthy time. We're eating all the junk food, but in the cupboard, we've got your beans, we've got the potatoes, we've got the rice, we've got the spaghetti. And it's cheaper. We don't struggle anymore towards the end of the month because the food that we can go out there and buy is cheapest.
Yeah, there's usually a tin, like a jar of lentils or something shoved at the back of the cupboard, isn't there?
What's this? Blend silk tofu with frozen blueberries is the best ice cream ever.
And that's healthy as well.
It is, yeah.
Nice one, Michelle. Try that.
We like teriyaki tofu from Scott Ryan.
We have not tried teriyaki tofu yet.
No. I've made vegan spam out of tofu.
Okay.
You need to see video evidence, or
yes,
it can
we need to
happen.
see video evidence.
Right. Hit the thumbs up.
Oh yes, if everybody can give us a
family
thumbs up.
Explore in the house.
Hello. Hi, thank you for joining us. This particular family, if you want to just grab that comment back up. So we are planning another live stream next week because we all should have been at Vegan Camp Out. And I'm hoping that this family will be available to do a live stream with us next week. But we will obviously confirm, and you'll see in the notifications when Adam sets the broadcast up, if it is next week or the week after.
Yeah. Right. So Anne Harrod said she makes delicious tofu bacon or faken.
So Anne Harrod was recommended to us by those vegan guys. I think they'd shared her YouTube channel on their Facebook page. So we subscribed, and I think she's got about 50 subscribers now. But Anne Harrod was Melody on CBeebies. I don't know if you remember Melody on CBeebies because your children are a bit older, but she's lovely, and her family as well. They're really lovely people. So guys, if you haven't checked out her channel, go and give her a check out.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking through now, just quickly.
Yeah, we haven't kept up to date with these comments.
No.
They're all going.
It was my job as well.
You had one job, Adam.
I know. Well done for doing the vigil. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, it wasn't easy.
No.
It's very hard to find where these slaughterhouses are as well, especially around here. It doesn't seem. It's all very hush hush, isn't it? That's what we got.
Trouble milk is in bloody everything.
Yeah, it is. That's what we found when we went vegan. How much milk is in everything.
It's not just that milk's in everything. I remember picking up a packet of crisps and it said dried skimmed milk powder. What is that? Milk's. So it's had the fat taken out. It's then been dried out into a powder. So it's not even milk anymore. People are consuming this without even thinking twice about it because I know I didn't.
Yeah, no, it was a shock. I thought all dark chocolate was like dairy free, but no, there's even milk in some of those as well. So yeah, it's a bit of a shock.
Oh, here we go. What was this here? Because we're at the bottom now, and we are. Here we go. This would be a good one for you. How can we get into activism? So wanting to spread the word.
I think Colin and Claire, that's one for you.
Take this one away.
You take it.
So one of the easiest ways to get into activism would be to join your local Anonymous and the Voiceless chapter. And the best way to do that is to type in, go into Facebook groups and type in AV and then the name of the city or town where you live. So for example, for us, it would be AV Leeds. You then join up there. They'll ask you about 3 questions. They'll approve it, and the organisers will answer any questions you've got, put your mind at ease about any worries, and you can go along to your first event. At that point, then you'll meet all the other vegans, get chatting away, and before you know it, you'll have so many activism going on, you'll forget you had any other type of social life.
Yeah, definitely. I say we're hoping to do another one soon.
Yeah, we've got a march coming up.
There is a march in Birmingham on Saturday the 22nd of August, and we are considering going to that. It's a march to close all slaughterhouses, so I think we might go. We haven't got childcare for Saturday, so Jack might be on the shoulders.
Yeah.
But I've seen you do a few other types of activism. Did you say you do an Earthlings one as well? Because I've not heard of that one.
Earthlings actually was about before AV. And is it Joaquin Phoenix who played the Joker?
Yes.
Yeah, so he's famous from the Earthling documentary, but he's also taken part in them, and they're very similar to what AV do, except it's more like a plain mask.
Okay.
And usually show the Earthlings footage, but it's slaughterhouse footage. And the best way to get involved in that, but there will be groups again on through Facebook, local organisations. So here in West Yorkshire, it's West Yorkshire ARA, and I think it's similar type names around the country. Yeah, Earthlings, it's a fun way of doing it. It's a lot more relaxed. People talk on the floor, which is another great way of activism because you're still doing it once you've left.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that the chalking?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I've seen a chalking event. Somebody shared with me when we went to the vigil. I'll have to send it to you. But I think it's like a worldwide chalking event.
Yeah, September the 4th, worldwide chalking event.
That's the one.
The chalking is brilliant. So it brings in another type of people because everybody's different. So some people don't. Sorry, 2 seconds.
You've gone to the side.
What happened there? Yeah, so chalking is a brilliant way of activism because some people don't want to see the footage. They can't stomach to see it, so they don't come to the cubes. They won't come up to the screens.
Okay.
But they'll see the message on the floor, and they'll read it, and they'll want to talk about it.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah, so again, when it comes to activism, we've got to remember that everybody is different. So different types of activism will reach different types of people, and we want to reach everybody.
Yeah.
So chalking for me, it's not my personal favourite because I'm dyslexic, and it's terrible if I spell something wrong. I've got to wash it out quickly, which can be a bit of a pain. But it's, like I said, it's really good because it's still there when you've gone.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, it's a really powerful message and a really good way of doing it. Another one you guys might be interested in is they're usually called cookouts, and you go along and you take food with you, and then you hand out the food to the public.
Okay.
Yeah, which is, again, it's really powerful. So you don't show any images. You've got leaflets, and you'll have recipes. And the one we've got in Leeds, they bring along a gas barbecue so they can cook food. Or you can bake your own flapjacks or something along those lines. And people come up, they try the vegan food that's expensive or tasteless. And they're like, oh, this is really nice.
I like the idea of that.
Yeah.
And who doesn't like free food?
No,
Exactly.
No one complains about free food. Definitely.
So
Definitely.
we got one more question. I think we're going to have to start wrapping things up. So this is a question to both of us. I can see, to both of us. Right then. So how does the rest of your extended family react towards your activism? And have you inspired them to change at all?
Okay. Should we let you guys answer this one first?
We'll go with your side first.
Okay. To be honest, my mum at the beginning was not too pleased the fact that we was going vegan, especially the children, because she was like, worried we're going to miss out or they're not eating properly. But like now, she's like changed the tune. She loves it. She's like happy to buy in food like she's found in the supermarkets. So yeah,
that's really good.
Yeah,
that's good.
She even likes the fact I'm active now, doesn't she? She didn't used to like that, but yeah, that's nice. A little different for me. I've actually fallen out with some of my family about it. I've got a lot of family. In fact, the Veganville, where it is filmed in Merthyr. Yeah, I've actually got family in that area, and as you'll know from that, it's very farming area.
Yes.
So I've fallen out of a lot of them because they're very pro farming, and it got personal. Some of it was my fault at the beginning, inexperience on how to dealing with talking to people, but at the same time, it is because they're very, very pro farming to a lot of my family, and we haven't been able to compromise on it, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
That's been difficult.
Yeah, I can imagine.
I say we hear about it a lot, don't we? that some people react to it really well and others don't. For us, my family, very supportive because of the way I've been raised. So, you know, they were like, yeah, that's fine. They don't, you know, they've never had an issue with it.
Mm-hmm.
Adam's side, I think, very supportive, very, very supportive. Once they saw what we were doing.
Mm. Yeah, at the start, it was kind of they were a bit like taken back by it.
It's a bit of a shock.
I think they were like, what are you going to live on? Like dust or something like that. I think it really challenged their views on things because they'd always known this way and not another way. But now I think with, nearly 3 years into it, 2.5?
Yeah, it's
18 months?
Yeah, 18 months.
Like 18 months into it.
Didn't even know.
I don't know, I've completely forgotten. It feels like I've always been like this, but I haven't. But I think they've slowly come around and they can see like we're eating healthy and, you know, we can get everything else. I think they were more concerned about the health side of it.
Yeah.
I don't think they've really made, I know my mum's coming around with the animals.
Well, his mum did a fantastic picnic for us last week when we went to the sanctuary. It was amazing, like absolutely amazing that they've gone to the effort to do that. You know, it's great, and it's great that more people are coming around to it.
My dad's sort of taking it on a bit more now as well.
Yeah.
He's had a few health scares, and we've sort of, you know, showed him that you can reverse a lot of things with plant-based diet. So he's slowly coming around. You know, we're working with it. But some of my other family, like my older brother, Eddie, he's I don't know, very much against it.
Yeah, but I think this is going to lead us on to the last kind of thing I want to talk about is we're always going to be faced with the opposition. We're always going to be faced with people who have an opinion that no matter what you say or what you do, aren't going to change. And at the start, we're leading by example. And obviously, you know, we've been doing this for 18 months. We've been doing YouTube just over a year, and we've never really had any negative experiences until we had our recent cyberbullying. So what we're trying to sort of do now is get our vegan families together and support each other and build a little community, because people don't know necessarily what is going on over social media towards our children, our vegan children in particular. And I guess what I really want is all families to know what goes on. I mean, we've got lots of friends who aren't vegan and they've got children Jack's age. And I want them to know, and I want them to tell their friends and say, you know, vegan kids, they do get bullied. And I think as families, we've got to support each other. We've got to, you know, spread this message. And that's what we're trying to do, really. Body shaming, bullying, cyberbullying, it's never okay. Yeah. And for us, it's happened. It's actually a good thing now because we're quite prepared to take this on and raise awareness. Mm-hmm. So it sounds like you've not had any sort of bullying at the school or anything like that, which is really good. But what are your thoughts on the bullying side of things?
So we've been fortunate with the school. The kids have both got a good group of friends, so we have been really lucky on that one. We have had a little bit of abuse when we posted pictures in the past on Facebook of the kids at activism events, and people, again at the very beginning, tried using the kids as a way of defending their actions. Yeah. So they were telling me that I was bullying my kids by not letting them have chocolate, for example, even though, people got very aggressive and tried using the kids on me, didn't they? Yeah, specifically, which is very, very hard to deal with. Yeah. So thankfully for the children, they haven't had to deal with anything, but we've had little bits which can be just so hurtful because they're your children and you love them. And the one thing you don't want, doesn't matter if they're vegan or not, nobody wants anything bad said about the children. ever.
No, I completely agree. And we've had a lot of responses from, from my friends that aren't vegan, and they're shocked that it's even happening. And I guess unless you're in that community, you don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, as families, we need to share this, and we need to let people know and be on the lookout for it, because it's not acceptable at all. It's really
and support.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And just be there for everyone. That's all we can. We can't stop them. It's always going to happen, but we can, we can support each other. Definitely.
Okay.
Any last questions before we finish? Yes.
I've got a quick one, if you don't mind.
Yeah.
Yes. No, please.
Have you got any vegan children's movies or cartoons? So, for example, one of our go-to is Chicken Run. The vegan message in Chicken Run is fantastic, but we've noticed there's lots of different. Oh, hello, buddy. Oh. Say hello.
Hello.
Didn't realise you were still awake. So Chicken Run's one of our favourites because it's such a good movie, and it's got the vegan message in there, and it's one that's watched by billions of people. Yeah, so have you guys got any recommendations?
There's always Babe. Babe was obviously,
Babe,
that is a classic. There's Charlotte's Web as well. I think we talked
Sorry.
Everybody's coming now.
We
talked a little bit last week about some of the books that we use. But no, not really. Not other any other than
we've got books.
We use books to educate, like Jack appropriate age books. But Chicken Run, at the moment it's all dinosaurs and cars. And if anything comes on the telly that's got animal products in, he does tell me, he tells the telly off. There's an egg on there. We don't eat eggs, do we? But yeah, Chicken Run, I might have to try that with him.
Yeah, definitely. Right then. So Adam, I believe you're doing the marathon next year. Is that right?
I believe he is. Not after today.
No, I'm currently in a knee cast at the moment.
He's done a bit too much, I think.
Yeah.
And he can't keep up with him. I'm honest, I did leave him in town and I had to carry on running because I don't like to stop. He was lost in town somewhere.
We went on a really nice run down the river, and I must say the path isn't the greatest. It was a lot of down trees as well on that path, and I rolled my ankle and I felt it in my knee. It just, and I was only at 4.2 kilometers, and I still had another 6 kilometers to go.
I wasn't impressed.
But I carried on running through it.
Yeah, you
did.
did.
I'm really regretting that now.
Yeah, but no, maybe I know I'm up for it, Grumpy Vegan Grandad, and maybe you are, and maybe if Adam's not, he can cheer us on. Right. Anyway. It's been an absolute pleasure to have you guys on. You guys are absolutely fantastic.
Real inspiration.
Absolutely. Obviously, you're doing all your activism. You're raising beautiful, healthy children. And, I hope we get to meet you next year. But if not, we will have to plan something. I hope you get some subscribers from some of our viewers as well. And keep in touch. Keep in touch. And thank you to everybody tonight who has been moderating, and everybody who's been in the chat, posted a comment. And thank you to everybody who's subscribing and supporting us. And don't forget to check out the anti-vegan cyberbullying article on the Vegan Review. So thank you very much, and we will see you soon.
Thank you for having us.
Bye-bye. Peace.
Bye.